The pressure is on for Seoul Dynasty now. The Valkyrie's being used by Toby. Kuki with the Primal Rage pushing forward there, pressuring down on the enemy's squishy targets in that backline. Lisa drops to a remote mine as well. And Coolmat's trying to hang on, but Jake may have saved the day with a double Riptire.
Toby still had both the reses though, so you bring both tanks back into the fight. Ryujehong still alive here on the Zen, putting down a ton of damage to the Discord orbs. Is going to throw a healing orb onto Toby. Keep your Mercy in the fight as well. The supports for Seoul do such a good job helping each other out. Muma on the payload, just trying to dance around. It's a big res that comes in from Bonnie, bringing Muma back into the fight.
Linksa, a huge moment for him. His Deadeye didn't actually yield any results. There's a Transcendence now being used by Ryujehong, but it's not optimal timing at all. Zephyr, self-destruct goes down. He actually catches out Bonnie. That's no mercy for the Houston Outlaws, but it seems like they don't mind too much. Ryujehong and Wakita both taken down. It seems whatever damage Seoul can do is being returned to them twofold. Houston Outlaws now getting the D-suit on Zephyr. Not much to be done. Self-destruct for Zoni, and just for a pretty little picture, it's going to be the Outlaws. That could be devastating. Riptide now to come out, and Transcendence won't protect Seoul against this, but Kuki is the one that's taken down. He was threatening Jake. It's all Houston right now. 3 kills in this fight and counting. The payload is still advancing as Lynxy gets himself back on that one, but a self-destruct coming from nowhere in particular. Oh, they forget 2. That's a huge oversight from the Outlaws. They had such a big player advantage, but they may have thrown it away. No, Fletcher gets cut down. Lynxy manages to connect with the Peacemaker, and Zephyr's D-suited. Throw in the flash and also gets Zephyr as he is knocked out. Jake falls again to Wiki. The Trace is doing damage, and now the Dragon Blade. Houston must respect this, and you can see Lynx is giving a huge amount of distance between him and Fledder. The run, and Coolmat desperately trying to resuit, and he only just gets back into the mech. Houston have no choice but to commit to the payload, but they're lacking numbers and they're lacking structure. They're completely scattered and staggered out. Lynxy can't even get to the payload. He has the dash through, but it's going to cost him his life. Toby comes through on the Moira. Coolmat now just tries to try and stay alive, but the Houston Outlaws have struggled to move the payload any further. Raucus gets there now, drops on down. There's a player above him as well. It looks like it's going to be Bunny attempting to keep this one alive, but that wick is going to burn down. Buckle up, Outlaws. You're in for a bumpy ride. Seoul hold them off right at the death.
And both teams, once they had to switch off of that Bastion comp, cannot really push the payload much further. Moira provides that.
If you want to learn how to play Moira, this is probably the player to be watching, by the way, and this is exciting. We haven't seen much Moira in competitive play yet. Now one of the best flex supports in the world is showing us how it's done. Even a Sombra here for Fledder, which is interesting. Raucus was taken down by that pick, and now Ryujehong's going to be pressured out a little bit. He's forced to fade away, but Lynx wants to chase him down. Lynx, you can see the Biotic Orb did so much damage along with the Biotic Grasp of Ryujehong. Lynx had to get out. He's trying to fight against the support here in Ryujehong and still has to respect the damage available.
And Moira has so much ability to be able to just get away from players like Lynxer on the Tracer. Now getting very close, building up the ult, and there it is.
Oh, okay, the Coalescence coming out here. Ryujehong's just giving the Houston Outlaws a good hosing down. Oh, they're clean indeed. But that push from Seoul was nothing but dirty.
Jake was putting down some more grenades from that high ground. Now Flood is going to pop that tag by. He's going to get taken out by Raucus right away. So you get nothing with that Soldier 76 ult.
Yes, that was a beautiful shutdown on the Soldier 76 ultimate, and now Munchkin has to kind of do all the heavy lifting in terms of DPS. But Raucus has found Zumba as well. From the low ground, Raucus has been able to channel his inner DPS player that we've seen. Nizinata has been very, very crisp so far in this second point hold.
It's very difficult. Look, he's getting hit with these Junkrat grenades, has to back up, not in a good position to use the Deadeye.
Oh, that's big.
Jake taking Flutter out of the sky. Rarely see that. Coolmat actually gets Toby as well, so you lose your Mercy.
Munchkin, what are your options? He can't go for a Deadeye because he knows he's going to get jumped on, tries to flash Lynx, but he just dashes out of the way. Now the Deadeye, but there's a Diva behind the pole. Surely this gets blocked off. No, Munchkin finds Zumba back now, trying to stay in step with the rest of the Houston Outlaws as they pressure forward. And Toby's down.
Yeah, they use the Primal Rage to knock the members of the Seoul Dynasty off of the high ground. And Muma now jumps right onto Fledder. That was a fantastic play from Muma. Jake uses his tag visor. He gets taken out here as Miro's still alive on the point.
Miro gets himself there, a decent on towards Coolmat after finding Jake, and he's still alive. Again, being able to reposition that shield is so annoying for Houston. Walking into 2 support ults here from Ryujehong and Toby, but no, Munchkin gets taken down. Raucus gives him a bit of a doming, and now it's a 5v6. I don't think Munchkin is close enough to be resurrected here. Fledder dropped down as well. Now Houston is starting to flex their muscles a little bit more. It's an old-fashioned Texas roundup here on the point. Miro drops his second barrier now. Not really sure who to go for by the looks of things, and Fledder's brought back to life, but Zumba's going to get desuited. Ryujehong uses the Transcendence here. Double support odds for Seoul, but they haven't really amounted to much so far in this fight. Zumba's brought back again, and Miro's just trying to stave off this aggression, but he can't do it. We're in overtime. Houston don't have their first tick yet, and Zumba finds Raucus. This could be going wrong. Surely not. Munchkin goes down, and no, Houston should be able to put their authority on this one. It's just Zumba to get desuited. Attempts to go for a self-destruct. As overtime ticks down, Houston just walk back on towards the point. had the second checkpoint, and yes, just throwing grenades inside Seoul spawn, and now for a Riptide. Seoul are going to try and come out and defend, but they can't really get there. Oh, Flitter! The door doesn't protect you, my friend! He gets blown up before he can even actually get out onto the map. That is brutal. Maybe getting inside the heads of Seoul Dynasty now. Toby's taken down by a remote mine. That's Jake's second kill of the fight, and Ryujehong attempting to come in here with a Transcendence. This will buy some time for Seoul, but it might just be a stay of execution. Linksa flanking. Linksa takes down Flitter. No opportunity to build up any ult percentage. No hacks to be coming from the Sombra now. Linksa's close to a tactical visor, and Flitter's brought back to life, but Toby's taken down. They're losing one support as soon as the other one's getting res. Houston Outlaws, surely not. They're very close now. They've got almost one tick. Flitter goes down, and they've done it! So close to missing out on even getting the first point. But the gunslingers from Texas bring it back. And the second point was theirs with 2.5 minutes to spare.
The barrage will be the pulse one that comes down from Munchkin. Spree's going to launch a self-destruct of his own. Munchkin using the recall. It's going to be Spree, though, that takes out Ryujehong. Now it's going to be the rocket barrage from Mendo. He's able to pick up 1 kill.
That was so big for Spree. He forced Munchkin to recall with nothing but the Bunny Blaster, which bought him time to get back in his suit, and he got the kill on Ryujehong with the self-destruct. Zumba now is able to reverse that, though, by getting Bunny and Clockwork down with his own self-destruct. And Seoul are still in charge of the point here. They're pushing forward. You can see them. They're way outside of their own territory, trying to make sure the stragglers that are still trying to retreat from Houston are caught and dealt with.
Oh, they take Raucus out right at the end of this fight, so you're going to have to wait a long time to get your Mercy back into the equation for the Houston Outlaws. Bonnie has the sound barrier. He's going to drop it. Only connects with himself, though. Just signs of desperation here.
It's going to be Seoul pretty comfortably pushing out Houston here. Buy you 10 seconds without a Pharaoh on the enemy side. But here it is. Mendo's got a barrage, so does Flitter. It's a sound barrier here for Seoul Dynasty. And Flitter is hunting down Mendo. He's found one. It might be a bit of a duck hunt at this stage. For the second, and he finishes off there with a barrage. He gets 2 for 1. Vanny's going to go down. Flitter trying to get away. He's going to collapse on top of Mover and get a 3rd kill there. Huge performance here from Flitter. Obviously previously from Flash Lux, and he has been all over this one like moss on a rock, man.
Ryujehong pops Valkyrie here in overtime. Doesn't look like anybody from Houston can get close to the point. It'll be the Seoul Dynasty taking game number 3.
Well, that was a very quick response.
This looks like, at least from my POV on the minimap, that Bonnie's actually decided to move the Torb turret. So it's going to be a little bit of a hide and seek. But Ryujehong just trying to locate where the Torb turret is. Because Arisa, you know, she can have those barriers mobile, right? She can drop one down in front of the Torb turret, go sit up somewhere else. Here's where it starts to get dangerous. You see the kill starting to come in. If you don't have that Torbjorn turret in play, it's going to be very difficult to get a reset up. As I see Bonnie throws down a level 1 turret and run for his life. Doesn't last much longer after that. Toby pops Valkyrie, keeping everybody alive here. At this point, looks to be going over towards Seoul.
Now, last minute attempt, maybe a little bit of stalling from Coolmat, but that should really do the job. And I love how they set this one up. And perhaps we'll get a bit of a replay of just go and get a shotgun or demolition derby going on by backlines. Who actually has it now. He has that self-destruct. It's going to be self-destruct from Coolmat there, claims weak hit. Actually, that might be worth it. Getting rid of the Tracer, that's super high value. Clockwork has finally emerged from his den, but no, he throws the Pulse Bomb straight into the Korean future vacuum, and it gets eaten up. Flitter getting rezzed here. Norman and Jake going down, that's going to be Seoul, looking pretty comfortable. Push forward now, has about 40 energy, which is good to be going on with, but would like some more. Now getting battered down, baits out the shield damage, and he's up to 98 charge. This is where Desaire's really going to start to put some damage down. Getting pressured out, but his shield was removed. He was taken low, and Seoul are being pushed back inside their spawn.
Gonna be an Earth Shatter there from Miro, but everybody falling around him. Seoul uses so many ults there, Mitch. Earth Shatter.
There's a Graviton Surge for Zumba. Good use of this, could secure it for him. They catch Mumma up inside of it, but he's getting healed right now. A lot of healing. Pulse Bomb, I think, was even used on top of that. Flitter eventually finds the kill, but it's a 2 for 1 so far in this fight. Clockwork deals with Zumba. Earth Shatter from Miro, but who does he catch with it? He actually puts it back behind the payload. Coolmat's taking a lot of damage. You can see up in the corner, Wakid has a nice vantage point from high on. Jake now sitting on top of his own bionic field, and they get to the end. Oh, these ultimates are nasty, and Jake got a little bit too far. Bit off more than he can shoot, perhaps, and Miro chased him down and gave him a little bit of a shocking end. Now Coolmat's going to get desuited and probably pressed down. It's been Toby to use the Molten Core. He actually got Pulse Bomb there, but he was able to survive because of the extra armor. The Torbjorn stands tall for the time being. Muma's trying to get to him, but he kind of messes up the jump, but Toby just sends him packing there. It's a lazy left click to put him back in his spawn. And Jake now trying to deal with this pressure on the high ground. He is being pocketed, but you see the bionic grenade team in the back line. Nice job by Zumba. He's keeping Ryujehong alive there, but for how much longer is it possible? And there's your answer. Clockwork eventually finds his quarry. Nana is down. Houston building up ahead of steam here.
We'll see if Seoul can regroup and try and challenge this one more time before point B comes up. Toby switches off of Torbjorn, goes over to Mercy as Ryujehong will stay on Ana. He has that nano boost.
They've actually split their team in half. Zumba's still on the payload while his backline's still here. Pulseful doesn't connect and Ryujehong lives to fight another day. In fact, Clockwork's going to lead him to his own devices now as Zumba's cut down in mid-air. And Clockwork still wants to chase Fletter, but Fletter picks up the health pack and now can get back to his team.
Ryujehong out of position there on the right. They're going to be able to take him out as Muma knocks him in towards that right-hand side. So you get his great healing on the Ana out of the equation. Wakid has attack visor. He's going to be forced to use it. Jake has one as well, though.
It's hard to see Jake behind all the foliage right now, and somebody gets demeched as a result of his attack visor being employed. Fletter down as well. This is a good fight for the Outlaws right now. Great Helix rocket to clean up Toby, and Wakid can only sort of hide, cower behind that little outcropping there as Jake is looking to bear down upon him with all the fury of Texas combined. But Wakid gets himself a little bit of healing there from his Zenyatta, but the payload's still moving. Who's going to be there from Seoul? Fletter looks like the man to step up to the plate, but he's going to win it now. All this damage being thrown towards him. Toby showing us something a little bit different, but the Moira here might not be what the doctor ordered. Payload still sliding forward. Fletter just trying to keep this one in stasis, but he can't do it. Houston have finished the map, and they've got this to the last map here. Body grenade running. Jake's so low. No, he's been taken out early. Miro just getting a little bit of extra damage over the top, and Jake didn't know what hit him. Seoul Dynasty applying their defensive pressure.
Ronnie getting close to a Valkyrie. They need to keep him up.
Zumba has a self-destruct though, so this Power Mercy combo for the Houston Outlaws might be in peril. Raucus goes down early in the fight. Miro goes deep to find the Zenyatta, and no, he finds the second one as well. Miro's Primal Rage has yielded 2 kills already, and Zumba there finds Coolmat. Jake gets cut down. Overtime now will tick lower. Coolmat already being floored. Toby now comes out of that molten core stage, and Clockwork can't seem to get there. It was a valiant attempt to be sure, but the Outlaws, they come up short. And that will result in a draw for this map. And unfortunately, the Outlaws have only won one map in this series, Jen.
See Toby at the end with the molten core, such a powerful ultimate ability. You get that turret.